Hey, good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Instagram. Just getting started here. John from Crazy Gringo Cigars. We'll wait a few minutes. Just wanted to get started, so hopefully there were no technical issues, but hopefully everyone can hear me. If you can, just comment in the chat. But I think we're going to be good to go. Just going to wait. Meanwhile, I'm going to fire up get a cigar ready. Hey, what's up, Avanti? Thanks for joining. Everyone on Instagram, thanks for joining. I'm also doing on YouTube Live right now, so my attention is going to be divided, but bear with me as we do this. Hopefully everyone's having a great hump day, almost the holidays. I can't wait. As you can see, I branded my Stanley. Whew. So I got the garage open here. I got my setup, got a little personal space heater to keep warm, so hopefully it'll help me. But yeah, we'll wait for a few more people to trickle in and get started. Like I said, John from Crazy Gringo Cigars here to give my top 10 list of 2023 for my top 10 cigars. So looking forward to that, and hopefully we get some more people. In the meanwhile, I'm going to actually light up the cigar I'm going to have tonight. I'm going to have the SP 1014 Red Impassioned from Sanj Patel. Sanj Patel has been throwing a lot of love my way, tuning into some lives. And I've actually never had any of his cigars, so this will be the first Sanj Patel cigar that I have. So I'm very excited. Unfortunately, it did not make my top list just because I hadn't had it yet. So. I know it's a weird time for some people, like friends on the West Coast. Great draw. Let's get this thing fired up. Closed foot on the cigar is cool. So hopefully more people trickle in as I share the top 10 list. Otherwise, I'll be sharing it with my best friend. So I'll get started in like 4 minutes at 7:35. We'll get started with the show, with the agenda. That's a nice cigar. Hello to everyone on YouTube. Thanks for joining. Gonna wait a few more minutes before we get started here, but welcome to Crazy Gringo Cigar Channel. I'm John. We're gonna do my top 10 list of 2023. Maybe dying out a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. I have an interesting problem on the draw here. There we go, maybe. Just need a second to get going. Well, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to wait 2 more minutes here, and then we'll get started. Hey, what's up, Texas Cigar Society? Thanks for joining in. Just waiting a few more minutes before we get started for the top 10 list. Hey, good evening. Anyone smoking anything good tonight or smoking anything good today? I just lit up the SP 1014 Red Passion. It's my first Sanj Patel cigar. Sanj has been throwing a lot of love towards the channel, just tuning into lives and whatnot, so I figured I would pay him. Unfortunately, this cigar will not be on my top 10 list because, like I said, it is my first time smoking a Sanj Patel cigar. Hey, what's up, Jose? Hey, also, happy Wolfpack Wednesday to all the Wolfpack Cigar Club members out there. Got to represent. I'm not going to wear the hat tonight. I got told I was playing with it too much on my last live, but always representing the Wolfpack. So we got some more people. This is going to be fun. I also had the 1014 Black. I haven't had that one yet. I gave it to my buddies as part of the Crazy Gringo Cigar Club. So hopefully we'll see what they say. I haven't tried it yet. Hugo, what's up, man? Thanks for showing up. I got worried. I didn't see you online. I'm like, oh crap, Hugo's not going to join. Hugo, thanks for joining, brother. All right, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. I'm John from Crazy Gringo Cigars. Thanks for taking some time out of your Wednesday evening or afternoon if you're on the West Coast or in Texas, which a lot of my cigar friends are. Excited to share with you guys my top 10 cigars of 2023. Going to go a little bit into that. I'm also going to have a giveaway, so stay tuned. I'm going to do it at the halfway mark of my list. But before I do that, I want to give a shout out to my brother Hugo over at Hugo Smokes. Follow him on Instagram, Hugo Smokes. Took the time to write me and send me a personal letter. Hugo, I consider like Hugo and Roger from Working Man Cigars on the same level as people that I've kind of been with that have been with me, and I've been with them since day one of my cigar journey. Hugo's one of those guys who I forgot who reached out to who, but reached out to each other and just connected, started talking, started sharing. Hey, what do you think about this cigar? And so it's been an absolute pleasure. So I got a cigar bomb from him the other day. Thank you so much, Hugo. He knows this, but the cigar that I'm most excited about is the Acid Cuba because I had it with my buddies the last weekend, and this is a damn good cigar when you just need something sweet and relaxing. So put a smile on my face that Hugo, took notice and cared. So Hugo, thanks so much, brother. I really appreciate it. Hey, Peter, thanks for joining, man. But yeah, Hugo Smokes, please follow him. Hey, what's up? What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? So Hugo, thank you very much for taking the time to do that. Now, without further ado, let me get into my top 10 list of cigars for 2023. So you know what we'll do, Sean? Sean, you know what we'll do at the end? Once I go over my list, I'll let you join in and we can talk and have a little more of a conversation about the list. But end of the year is always a big time for cigar lists. And every cigar, publication, whether online or in print, always comes out with their list. There are so many different lists out there. Every cigar reviewer does a list. There are so many different reviews, and all these reviews are subjective. But being in the cigar world now, I kind of wanted to do that, and I kind of wanted to make up my own list. I know it's all. I think it was Master Your Ash or Cigar Collective came up with tiers and categories, which was extremely specific in terms of price point, in terms of would buy again, would recommend, don't have the cigar. And power to them for taking the time to do that. I took a little simpler approach to my list. For my list, these are just the top 10 cigars that I've had in 2023. It's as easy as that. It's not about price. And let me make it very clear. There's a lot of cigars out there that I have not had. But this is the cigar. From the cigars that I've had in 2023, these are cigars that really left an impression on me. And I was like, wow, that's a really good cigar. So this list is kind of a culmination of those great cigars that I've had. For everyone just joining, John from Crazy Gringo smoking the S&P 10 Red Passion, my first Sanj Patel cigar. So let's see. Like I said, just so you guys know, I have my agenda right here, so I stay on track. You're gonna disagree with this list. This is my list. It is completely subjective, and that's the great thing about cigars. Our flavors are so completely different, and what I may like, someone else may not like. So I want you to disagree with my list. Put it in the comments. You guys know, I'm going to quote Smoking Sounds Pod here. It's not about competition. It's a community. But disagree with my list because you're supposed to. This is my personal list. So without further ado, also stay tuned for the midway point because got some exciting news about a giveaway I'm going to be doing. And we'll do, yep. I'll keep you guys updated on the S&P Red as we're smoking along and going along here. So first, we're going to start off with my honorable mentions. Now, these are cigars that I really enjoyed, but when I compared them to my other top list, now, just so you guys know, I was developing my top cigar list up until about 45 minutes ago, where I actually flip-flop 2 cigars. You guys can guess what 2 cigars I flip-flop. But this is something that I'm passionate about. I started brainstorming it about a week and a half ago. Sorry if I'm doing my attention. I got Instagram here, YouTube here. Started coming up with this list about probably 2 weeks ago. Came back to it once, and then actually sat down, finalized it today. And so let's see. Here's the final product. So I have 4 cigars that are honorable mention. So the first cigar for honorable mention is going to be the Caldwell, and this is in no particular order, is the Caldwell 22 minutes to midnight lost and found. And this cigar actually has a really interesting story. The blenders and the crafters of the cigar actually came up with the idea for the cigar at 11:38 p.m., hence why it's 22 minutes to midnight. Really smooth, really creamy cigar. It didn't crack my top list because when I smoked it, I pulled a rookie mistake and pulled off the band a little too early, and it cracked. If I hadn't done that, it probably would have been on the top list. So honorable mention, 22 minutes to midnight. Next one, which is actually one I had in the top 10 until today, just because it had a similar profile as one of the other cigars I've had, and that is the Davidoff Winston Churchill Late Hour Toro. This cigar was actually my first ever Davidoff. And I remember I was talking to Roger from Working Man Cigars. He's like, you had that as your first Davidoff? I'm like, yeah, I did. Just a great cigar, bold flavors, bold smoke. I think it really does, this line does pay homage to the man himself, Winston Churchill. So Winston Churchill, Late Hour, Toro, honorable mention. This next cigar is the AVO Caribe Synchro. This cigar, for me, surprised me out of nowhere. And I know there's some views out there about AVO cigars having a certain flavor profile and people not enjoying them. As most of you guys know, I'm in the Coast Guard. I was stationed in the Caribbean for 4 years. I had this cigar this year. This cigar brought me back to the Caribbean. I don't know what it was, because it certainly wasn't too warm outside. It wasn't Caribbean, weather outside. But the flavors and the aroma and the aromatics kind of brought me back. Hey, what's up, Peter? Brought me back to the Caribbean. So the AVO Caribe Synchro makes my honorable mention list. And then finally, last but not least for an honorable mention, I got the Obatala from Tabla Clara, Aragon. Had this cigar last weekend, 2 weekends ago, at a cabin weekend with my friends. They love the cigar. I love the cigar. Came out of nowhere. Amazing, just sweet, mild, with a little bit of spicy, great spice, a great flavor, excellent draw. Highly recommend checking it out. Shout out to the Wolfpack Cigar Club. This was an incredible cigar. Gets an honorable mention there. So with that, let's move into the top 10 list. So at number 10, we have The Blueprint by the Burn Down Podcast. Now, I'll be honest, I don't listen to the Burn Down Podcast a lot. However, when I first started getting into cigars, I watched a video by the Burn Down Podcast about how the thought process behind the cigar, how they went into the blending and whatnot. It's blended by Blackbirds. And let me just say, this cigar blew me away. It's a damn good cigar. They did really a nice job. It's also a unique size. It's smaller, but it's thicker, so it's nice and heavy in the hand, which is something they really wanted and really emphasized. Let's see what notes we got here. I really was drawn to the concept for the Blueprint. Rich flavors, amazing retrohale. A lot of my cigar friends know that I don't buy a lot of boxes. I don't buy a lot of multiple cigars. I'm pretty much a single cigar person because I'm of the mentality that the next best cigars are going to, the best cigar I ever had is going to be the next one I smoke. This is a cigar that I bought a 5-pack right away when I had it. So the Blueprint, the Burn Down by the Burn Down Podcast as the number 10 cigar for me. I'm enjoying the S&P 10 so far, guys, out there. It's a good cigar. I can see why this cigar gets a lot of hype, so I can see why people really enjoy it. All right, number 9. We got Sin Compromiso by Dunbarton. Sin Compromiso, without compromise. This cigar truly lives up to its name. And this is the cigar that had a very similar flavor profile as the Winston Churchill Late Hour Toro. And when I was thinking about it, I'm like, what cigar did I enjoy more? What cigar really was like, whoa? And while the Winston Churchill Late Hour Toro is a fantastic cigar, excellent cigar, no knocks, this is the cigar that like really was like, I was really like, wow, this is a damn good cigar. So we got the Sin Compromiso by Dunbarton Tobacco. Like I said, similar to a Late Hour Toro, spiced but creamy, San Andreas wrapper, Nicaragua filler. So that's my number 9 cigar. Please comment. Feel free to comment on Instagram or YouTube what you guys think of the list so far, and then I'll try to go back at the end and try to address it as we go along. At number 8, I had a tough time putting this cigar on the list just because it is such a world-renowned cigar and it's so damn good. But it's a classic, guys. The Oliva Serie V, Melanio, and Figurado. This is a damn good cigar. I actually keep a cigar journal, and one of the notes that I put for this cigar was, this is one of the best cigars I ever had. And I was hesitant to put it on my list because it's such a famous and well-known cigar, but when I went back through my head and through my notes, I'm like, no, it definitely deserves to be on my list because, you know what, this is one of my top smokes of 2023. I don't have a lot of other notes on here. I mean, everyone knows about this cigar. I'm sure everyone on here who's into cigars has had this cigar at some point in their cigar journey. But this is my number 8 cigar, the Oliva Serie V, Melanio, and Figurado. Anyone else smoking anything good out there? This is a really nice cigar. I'm really enjoying it. It's like I said, the best cigar I ever had might be the next cigar I ever had. I haven't had an SP, hence why it's not on the list. So, and at the end we'll see if this cigar would have cracked the list or where would it have fallen. All right, number 7. We've got the Liga Privada, number 9. What a damn good cigar. There was a lot of hype around this cigar, and with that hype, I'm like, oh, I got to grab one. Thank God I did, because this cigar has become extremely difficult to find and get. As I say that, I was able to get it, but I picked one up, put it in the humidor, and kind of forgot about it. Saw, I think, a review video or something, and I'm like, you know what? Tonight's going to be the Liga Privada night. Blew my mind away. I was like, yep, I get it. I get why this is a good cigar. Beautiful construction. It's creamy, smoky, spicy, earthy, not too overpowering. I mean, everything I like in a cigar. And this is a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, and I have not had the best experience with Connecticut broadleaf. So had a good one with this one. So number 7 on my list, the Liga Privada, number 9. All right. I expect a lot of controversy, a lot of pushback, and some hate for this one right here. At number 6, we have the Cohiba Riviera and Robusto. Now, just so you guys know, in terms of all the cigars I'm showing, these are the exact Vitolas that I had when I first smoked the cigar. I'm of the camp, I believe that a Vitola does matter. It does change the flavor profile of certain cigars. So these are the exact ones that I had to try to replicate that experience. So number 6, the Cohiba Riviera. I get it. Cohiba is an overpriced brand. It's not worth the money. They're very expensive cigars. I bought into this one. And everyone on here, I'm sure at some point has this kind of been drawn to a cigar and you don't know why. You can't explain it. For me, it might have been the purple wrapper. It might have been that I love the Mexican Riviera. So I saw Riviera. I'm like, I want that cigar. Knowing that Cohiba is going to be hit or miss. I'm going to pay top dollar for the cigar, but it's going to be hit or miss. Well, this was not a miss for me. This is one of the cigars I had where I realized that I like spice on cigars. This probably is the spiciest cigar I've had in 2023. I know other reviewers have done reviews on this cigar and did not like it at all, said it was awful, said the spice was just too much. Not for me. This cigar, the aromatics, the smoke output, the spice on the palate, but then on the retrohale, I really, truly enjoyed the cigar. So at number 6 for me, we got the Cohiba Riviera, number 6. So before we get into the top 5, I'm going to take a little break here. Let's see what answer any comments we got, and then kind of give away a little surprise here. Anyone smoking anything good? If you guys see me quenching my hand, it's because I have half of the garage open and it's cold. So I got a little space heater here, got the garage open to get some airflow. Wow, we got up to 10 people watching. That's awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thanks for joining. We are about to go over number 5 through 1 for my top cigar list. All right. So first, I just want to give a huge shout out to the close friends I've made in the cigar community primarily on Instagram. You guys know who you are. You guys are all here right now. Thank you so much. Your friendship has meant a lot to me. It's been great getting to know you guys through cigars. I mean, we probably talk more than some we do with our, Roger was saying the other day on our live, we talk to our cigar friends more than our actual real life friends. And I think to an extent that's kind of true, but it's all in good fun. It's all about sharing experiences. It's all about, hey, what do you think about this? Oh, I didn't like that. Did you like that? Where do I find that cigar? So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's followed me and supported me now. Ooh, excuse me. I am currently at 925 followers on Instagram, something I never thought possible when I started this. Not a big social media person. Cigars has kind of changed that. It's kind of been my creative outlet. And so in a push to get to 1,000 followers, all right, Sean, you're absolutely right. We are real life friends. I meant the people you see every day and near where you live and whatnot. So touche, my friend. But what I'm going to do, what I want to do to try to get to 1,000 followers, after this, I'm going to post to Instagram this top cigar list, and I'm going to do a giveaway of my top list. There's going to be 2 prizes. It's going to be the 1 through 5 cigars, and then the 6 through 10 cigars. And then the 2 winners will get to choose from the honorable mentions what cigars they get. So stay tuned for how to do that. It's going to be what you guys have been seeing in terms of subscribe, like, and then copy, and then comment with 2 or 3 friends. Remember, the goal is to try to get to 1,000. I think 1,000 is a cool milestone. I don't think I'm going to try to do much more after that. But I just want to try to get to 1,000. So I don't know if this is going to happen before the end of the year. Probably not. But whenever the 1,000 does, we got that giveaway, and that'll be another live session. So all my cigar friends out there, let's try to get me to 1,000 followers. Never thought I'd be the person saying that, and here I am. But doing a cool giveaway of my top cigars of 2023 for when I hit my 1,000th follower. So anyone who comments on the post will be eligible. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully it's a good idea. So, Wesley, thank you very much. Yeah, Roger's a good friend of mine. He's probably busy working right now. I know he was on vacation with the family, so he might be hard at work right now. All right. So with that said, let's get into my top 5 cigars of 2023. This next one is almost near impossible to find now, and unfortunately, I will not be able to send this cigar. I'm not going to do what Roger does and sends out cigars that people send him. I'm busting. I know Roger's been given some crap for that in the past, but he sent me over this cigar. I already had it. What an amazing cigar! And it is number 5, the CAO Amazon Basin Extra Añejo. This is probably the most exotic cigar that I've had in 2023. It's made with tobacco from the actual Amazon rainforest. I remember it's a really cool, they come already, at the cellophane when it yellows, that means the cigar is aged really well. I haven't seen one. I've only had 2 of these, but both of them, they've already been aged. The cellophane is yellow. Now, I'm not sure if that's something that they do, but that shows you that this cigar is a well-aged cigar. Also, I'm not judging based off bands, but the band on the cigar here, I'll show you right there, is actually a folded up tobacco leaf, which I thought was really cool. So tobacco from the Amazon, Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, unique flavors. This cigar was really unlike anything I had ever had before. And so comes in at my number 5. Quick update on the SP10 Red Passion. Really good cigar. It's pushing. All right, let's go into my number 4 cigar of 2023. Now, this was I'm finding I really like tobacco from Ometepe, which is a volcanic island off the coast of Nicaragua. And so with that, I got number 4, the Plasencia Alma de Fuego. This was my first Plasencia cigar, and it did not disappoint. Another cigar I've had that's really good with Ometepe tobacco. Hey, Texas Cigars. The other cigar I had with Ometepe tobacco is the JR Cigar has like a Pure Origins line. They did a Grand Vulcan, which also comes with Ometepe tobacco. And this is going to sound crazy, but you can actually taste the volcanic nature of the cigar. I'm not saying that you're tasting volcanic ash, but when you smoke it and then on the aftertaste, it's just a different aroma, it's different aromatics, and then the aftertaste is a little different. You can kind of tell that there's something different with it, and I think that has to be the volcanic nature of the tobacco. So I really enjoy Ometepe tobacco. So number 4, the Plasencia Alma de Fuego. All right, moving right along here into the top 3. All right, this next cigar I was immediately drawn to by the name. It might be small, but hell, damn, does it pack a great punch. We got the Arturo Fuente Hemingway short story. This is a cigar that I have consistently gone back to. When I had the cigars, like, this is going to be my go-to cigar. I've had, I think, 2 or 3 of these cigars total. Every time the consistency has been the exact same. You know exactly what you're gonna get. You are gonna get great flavor, bold flavors, spice, but not overpowering. I find this is a great cigar for a cold night because 1, it's a quick smoke, but 2, it will definitely warm you up. And just what a great cigar. Hemingway short story. So, in the words of Jedi Master Yoda, size matters not. All right. Anyone got any comments so far on the list? I know hopefully it's going well. Hopefully you guys agree, and hopefully you guys disagree. I want you guys to disagree with me because we all have our own list, internal list inside. Look at that ash. I know Sanj Patel has a reputation for having beautifully constructed cigars, and this cigar is definitely living up to that. All right. Number 2 is the only Connecticut cigar on my list. This is a cigar that completely took me by surprise. Let's go right into it. The ADVentura Queen's Pearl. This cigar blew me away. I was not expecting this cigar to. I don't know what I was expecting from this cigar. I never had an ADVentura cigar. I just liked the name, and then the wrappers. The band is actually really cool. It's like a kind of metallic, but this cigar is just creamy, flavorful. It's not your run-of-the-mill. It's not your run-of-the-mill Connecticut cigar. Got vanilla off the cigar and then citrus off the cigar. And when I had this cigar, I was like, wow, I was really impressed with it. So at number 2, we got the ADVentura Queen's Pearl. No, I have not had the that cigar you mentioned there. Oh, okay. So Hugo hasn't had any cigars from my list. You got now, like, it just gave you a reason to go out and try some of these cigars. No, yeah, Peter. And so Peter on YouTube just said, the Cohiba Riviera is one of the worst cigars he had this entire year, in his opinion. And I knew that was going to happen. I knew that's out there. I think I'm in the minority. I think a lot of people out there on the Instagram or the YouTube would say the same exact thing. I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great cigar. My palate just really enjoyed it. All right. But without further ado, my number 1 cigar of the year. Let me get it out of that. So to give some context behind this cigar, I had it at Easter this year, and this was really my first premium cigar that I've really had. So up until that point, I was having some cigars here, but this was like the first one that was a premium luxury experience. And so Crazy Gringo's number 1 cigar of the year for 2023 is the EP Carrillo Allegiance in Sidekick. So once again, number one cigar of the year. You got the EP Carrillo Allegiance Sidekick. I think I had it on Easter because of the green banding. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like I said, this was also my first EP Carrillo cigar. So I was blown away. I've had other EP Carrillo cigars since, and what a consistent line. What a consistent brand. They know what they're doing. He's a master blender. He's got many cigars in the top of cigar aficionado, which I know doesn't really, take that with what you may. But EP Carrillo knows what he's doing. And for me, this was my top cigar of 2023. Let's see if I had missed any notes on it. The one thing I have here, and before I had this cigar, I was enjoying cigars. I liked cigars. After I had this cigar, I started appreciating cigars. I was like, damn, that is a good cigar. Okay, that's what a great cigar tastes like. That's what a great cigar, that's how it's constructed. That's how it burns. That's how the smoke output should be. So that's why this is my number one cigar for 2023, the EP Carrillo Allegiance Sidekick. With that is my top list for 2023, guys. Like I said, after this, I'm going to post on Instagram and try to get to 1,000 followers, and we're going to do the top 23 giveaway. And let's see, Sean, I'm going to, view requests. I'm going to, Sean Jones from Smoking Sounds Pod. I'm going to try to get him in here. Hopefully he's still there. Yeah, he's still there. So let's see if he accepts. Let's see. Hey, Sean, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Heck yeah, man. I can't miss a live Crazy Gringo event.
What do you think? What did you think about the list? Live reaction.
I thought it was a great list. I probably would have moved the Davidoff Churchill late hour up into the top 10.
Yep.
Just because that's probably one of the, I guess, more expensive cigars
True.
I've ever had. I was actually at a local cigar shop, and an older gentleman was walking in. As I was walking out, I had bought some Monte Crisco's, and he said, "Yeah, those are great cigars, but let me give you an even better cigar." And he gifted me 2 of those Churchills in the parking lot. So, I've figured out. I've always said I'm a big Connecticut guy.
Yeah.
But I have found myself getting more into these Maduros.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed My Father's The Judge.
I have, I think, 2 My Fathers. I haven't had them yet. That's, I think, I don't know why I haven't had it. Just when you go into the humor or something, you just want just something like on your mind, or you just go in like something appeals to you and you just grab that stick for today.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of like a basic white girl when it comes to cigars. I kind of get stuck in what I like,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I hear you, man.
And so I'm trying to venture out. If you heard our latest podcast, we did the Blackened with the pairing with the whiskey and the cigar. And I've been a fan of the Blackened since the M81, since it was released, but I'm not a drinker. I don't drink.
Ah, okay.
Just having a little bit of that whiskey with that cigar, it like leveled it up. Like if it was Super Mario Brothers, it was like getting a fireball or something. It was awesome.
I haven't listened to the podcast yet. I'm traveling on Friday, so I figured I would listen to it during my travels. But yeah, no, I really struggled with the Davidoff and the Sin Compromiso. For me, it was a very similar flavor profile, and like I said, it was the Sin Compromiso for me was the one that I was like, whoa, this is unique. Right. And so I struggled with that. And the 2 actually that I flipped about 45 minutes before I went live was my number 9 and my number 10. So it was, let's see. Hold on, I'm going through my notes here. So I flipped actually, I put the Blueprint at number 10 and the Sin Compromiso at number 9. It was fun making a list, just so everyone, on the YouTube world. Sean, I'm not going to look directly at you. I'm going to go back and forth.
Right, that's right on.
But making the list was a lot of fun. It's challenging because I actually had like a leather-bound journal that I go through, and I was reviewing my notes. And, I'm only like a 2 to 3 cigar a week person. So over the course of the year, that adds up, and that's a lot of cigars. It's funny, I have individual entries for a lot of cigars, and there was a period of 2 weeks in the summer where I didn't review anything, and so there's just a page in my journals of just bands. And so I have to go back in my head, like, what did I think about that cigar? What did I think about this cigar? I have to, sometimes I go back, watch YouTube videos and reviews to try to bring my memory back up. But yeah, I was smoking the Davidoff late hour, the Churchill during that summer. It was actually, it might have been back-to-back nights where I had the same Compromiso with David and then the late hour Toro. I got really into the Crown. And so I was like, what better way to pay homage to Winston Churchill than have the Davidoff late hour Toro? But I agree.
I want to try Caldwell cigar so bad. I'm not having any luck with my local shops. So if anybody knows, because I'm like you, I don't want to buy a whole box.
Right.
So if anybody knows somewhere where I can get a blind man's bluff or the King or something like that, I've heard a lot of good things about their lines. Would like to try one. But I'm going to tell you, if I had to pick my cigar of the year right now, it's going to be Perdomo's 30th anniversary Maduro.
Was it good?
It was, yeah. And just talked tonight with our local Perdomo rep at one of our local shops, and they're going to try to give us a sun-grown, a Connecticut, and a Maduro. So we're going to probably be doing a giveaway as well.
Awesome. I think I picked up on Cyber Monday from Neptune the Connecticut, the 30th anniversary Connecticut in Bellicoso. Yeah. So I'm going to give that one a go. But I'm with you, man. They always say, like, when you're starting down cigars, Connecticut's or whatnot, I'm finding that I like the Maduros. I think 7 out of the 10 cigars on my list were Mexican San Andreas wrapper. I like that spice. I like those bold flavors,
Well, if I could tell you just a real quick story, I was talking with the Perdomo rep, and I was telling him, because that's the first one I had was the Connecticut of the 30th anniversary.
Oh, 1 second, Sean. Hugo, thanks for joining in, brother. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all your support. We'll talk soon, brother.
But anyway, so I was telling the Perdomo rep that I'm a Connecticut guy, and he said that down in Miami at Perdomo's original lounge, they did a blind taste testing. And 86% of the people who said they were Connecticut people preferred Maduros. So
that's funny. And I have the black end. I haven't had it. I gotta try to find the black end bourbon because I do enjoy. I think the pairing would be awesome. I had the Buffalo Trace cigar, which I was not expecting a lot. I think we talked about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I actually tasted bourbon on that cigar. Like. It was sharp, like everyone who drinks bourbon or spirit, you get that little sharp flavor on it. That the cigar captured it. I mean, I don't know how they did it, and I've had one other, I think, barrel aged cigar that really didn't hit the mark, and so I was skeptical about it. But that Buffalo Trace was really freaking good.
That's what I'm smoking right now is a barrel aged Perdomo vintage 12-year.
How is it?
Fantastic. Again, I was a big fan of the Connecticut, and so I picked up one of the Maduros, and I was like, man, I'm going to try that. So, and it's just fantastic.
Well, hey, Wesley, thank you very much for tuning in, man. And in terms of things, it's my pleasure. It's an honor to serve our country. We can talk more about it. I might do a live, just talking more about the Coast Guard and whatnot. But appreciate you joining, Wesley. But and like I said, Sean. I'm of the mindset that the best cigar I may have might be the next one. There's so many freaking cigars out there. And what they're doing today, what the blenders are doing, it's just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like our local guy Tomas at Ultimo. He's hand rolling his own cigars and that Crow's Creek Silver band that I got from him. I have not had an Opus X by Fuente, but it's supposedly blended and tastes just like an Opus X, and it was a heck of a cigar. So I agree with that. There's so much out there. You don't ever know what's going to be the best cigar.
No. And hey, Sean, Pabst Humidor on YouTube says singles of Caldwell cigars on bestcigarprices.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to get censored on YouTube for saying that. So, you're welcome, brother.
Hopefully not.
But what was I going to say? We're talking, next best cigar might be out there. And there's so many cigars in my humidor that I haven't smoked, and I don't know why I choose a cigar one day and not another. Like I said, this list that I just did was just of the cigars that I have had, and it's all subjective, right? I mean, right. It's my list. So.
Well, I mean, if you would have asked me up until maybe a month ago, I just started getting hold of some of J.C. Newman's cigars. I just had a Brick House. And
which one did you have?
I've had the Maduro and the Connecticut.
Okay, I haven't had a Brick House. I picked up the their Oktoberfest one. So
I hear good things about that one.
Same here. So
the Julius Caesar Woohoo!
All right, wait, Julie. I didn't realize Julie Caesar is a J.C. Newman cigar.
Yeah.
So I have one of those. I'm bringing it on vacation with me. And that's going to be I've heard great things about that cigar as well.
Yeah. I mean, it was so good. Because it's you're going to pay a little bit more for it than a brick house, but to me, it was worth the $16 or whatever it was I paid for it.
And really quickly on YouTube, just so I can close this out, we can continue shooting the shit. This is going to be my last live for 2024. It's been an awesome journey so far. I think this is live number 3 or 4. I had the one with Working Man Cigars. Got some fun things planned for 2024. Hugo and I are going to be doing a live. I'm pretty sure Roger and I are going to be doing a live. And then I know Sean's going to have me on the podcast at some point. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So some cool stuff ready to go for 2024. I know Sean does his lives from the carport. I'm doing mine from the garage, our garage studio right here, so. But really quickly, there's going to be a giveaway. I'm going to post after this live. I want to share my top list with people, and I'm sorry for whoever gets a Cohiba Riviera. I really am, but I'm not trading it out. You're going to have. I like it. I want you to just enjoy it. Give it another shot. So, Sean, I had that. It's got a weird bitter flavor on this one. Maybe I'm smoking it too fast. But I had that cabin week with my buddies. I smoked like 6 cigars that weekend. Then I had to power through the live I did with Roger, and then I got food poisoning that night.
Man, I had food poisoning last week too.
Oh my God! Well, we're not even talking about cigars, and that's a great thing, shooting the shit. Humbling experience, awful experience, man.
Yeah. I just finally got my hands on a Henry Clay Warhawk.
Oh yeah, that's right. You haven't tried it yet, though, right?
No, I keep saying, man, I'm gonna smoke that tonight, and then I don't smoke it. So.
it's a good cigar. I think it's a Connecticut, but it's not your average Connecticut. It's like a little bit above. It's a little better, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I have asked Santa Claus, a.k.a. my wife, for Christmas. There's a new humidor out. It's cut by Cigar Bros. And it looks like an old styrofoam igloo ice chest, right? Mm-hmm. And you can put one Bovita package in the bottom of it, and it'll hold like up to 80-something cigars. So that's what I have asked for Christmas. So if anybody's out there looking for a cheap humidor, that would be one to look at.
So my wife and I, oh my God. I want to say, first of all, I say happy birthday to my wife. It's her birthday today. I'm not a bad husband, I promise. We had a party for her on Saturday. About 40 friends showed up, had an awesome party, awesome time. Happy birthday to my wife, Brianne. I love you very much. But I had her so her birthday is today. Mine is on Friday. We celebrate our 2-year wedding anniversary on the 27th. So it's just a time of celebration for us. But I had her buy me the 48-liter Kimchi humidor.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got the tray inserts as well. So it's not so I can actually fit more single cigars and whatnot. But it's like the set and forget it, because I had like 4 or 5 Tupperdoors, and at some point this gets too much, and I'm spending so much money on Bovita packs, packs and whatnot.
But hey, listen, brother. Well, happy early birthday. I'm gonna have to jump off. Got to go get the kids ready for bed and stuff. But
hey, Sean,
thanks. To chat with you, and we'll be in touch, and I'll keep checking in with you every day, and we'll just see where this goes.
Absolutely, Sean. Thanks a lot for tuning in, brother. I appreciate it, man.
J-Ram, talk to you soon, my friend.
Later.
All right, later.
Roger, thanks for joining, man. I was wondering when you're going to tune in. I assumed you were busy at work. Roger, if you want to come, if you're smoking a cigar or whatever you're doing, if you want to join the live, feel free on the Instagram side of the house. But for everyone who's tuning in now, I think we're kind of dropping off. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of my top 10 list for the people that are joining. Roger, this is for you. All right, so number 10 cigar. Let me make sure I get this right. We got the Blueprint by the Burn Down Podcast was my number 10 cigar. At number 9, we had the Sin Compromiso by Dunbarton Tobacco. So the Sin Compromiso was my number 9. Number 8, and like I said earlier on the live, I struggled putting this one on the list because it's so popular and whatnot. But the Oliva, Serie V, Melanio, and Figurado. So this was my number 8 cigar. My number 7 cigar was the Liga Privada number 9. Number 9 cigar, the Liga Privada number 9. Then number 6 cigar, which I know Roger's going to laugh. We've talked about the cigar. It's the Cohiba Riviera in Robusto. Now getting into the top 5. We have the CAO Amazon Basin Extra Añejo. Like I said, this is not going to be a cigar that I give away just because Roger sent me this one, and I don't have another one, and they're extremely hard to find. But I will substitute it with something really good, probably the Winston Churchill or whatnot. But my number 5 cigar was the CAO Amazon Basin Extra Añejo. Number 4 cigar made with Omotempe tobacco from a volcanic island in Nicaragua. We have the Plasencia Alma de Fuego. Wolfpack, if you want to join here in a few seconds, go ahead. Then, number 3 cigar. And Roger knows how I feel about this cigar. Arturo Fuente, Hemingway short story. Such a great cigar. Then, number 2, which is a cigar that took me by complete surprise, is the ADVentura Queen's Pearl, Connecticut. Freaking great cigar. Surprised me, really blew me away for a Connecticut cigar. And then before I do my number 1, I'm smoking the S&P 1014 Red Passion. This is my first Sanj Patel cigar. Really enjoying it so far. Now, before I do my number 1, I'm going to go over the cigars that I had for the honorable mention list. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized here. But my honorable mention cigars. We have the Caldwell 22 Minutes to Midnight. Really good cigar. I pulled the ban early on it, which is why I didn't crack the top 10. Next, we have the Davidoff Winston Churchill Late Hour Toro. This cigar could have easily been in my top 10, but for me, it was too similar to the Sin Compromiso, and the Sin Compromiso was the cigar that wowed me. So this is an honorable mention. Then I know Wolfpack, Yosli is not going to like this. The AVO Caribe Synchro. This cigar brought me back to the Caribbean. The aromatics, the flavor, everything about it. Loved it, really enjoyed it. Was surprised by it. And then my final honorable mention for 2023 is the Obatala. What a great cigar, great stick. Check it out by Tabacalera Aragon. This is their Maduro. This is also not just my opinion, the opinion of the 6 guys I was with at the cabin weekend. We really enjoyed the cigar. This was our favorite cigar that we smoked. So what an amazing cigar. All right. My number 1 cigar of 2023, just to recap, is the EP Carrillo Allegiance Sidekick. I had this cigar for Easter this year, and this was my first forte into like really premium cigars. Like I said earlier, I went from liking cigars, enjoying cigars, to appreciating cigars, and it's all because of this cigar. So, guys, that's all I got for 2023. This is my final live. To all my friends, cigar friends out there, thank you so much for the support, your friendship, joining the live. I got the giveaway going away. Roger already knows about the giveaway. Stay tuned for that post. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes and just enjoy, keep smoking this down. Put some comments in there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Got some cool stuff planned for 2024. Like I said, I know Roger and I are going to be doing another live at some point. I know Hugo Smokes and I are going to be doing a live, and then I'm also going to be joining the Smoking Sounds pod to join their podcast. So I got 3 things planned. When it happens, I'm not sure. Stay tuned. But to everyone out there, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Have a great New Year. Thank you for your support, friendship, and all that. And also, happy birthday again to my wife. I got to say it over and over again because I forgot to say it to begin with. I just got in the groove and kept going. But I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer. If anyone has any comments and wants to join live on Instagram. Otherwise, have a great night. Thanks for joining, everyone. Appreciate it. And what I'll do here, as I get down into the I'm still in the second third here, but as I get down into the final third, I will kind of provide my thoughts on this cigar. No, I have not had any Cavalier. Though I've been wanting to get in. I've been wanting to because I've seen that cigar. I just haven't had one yet. Wolfpack Cigar Club, always. I got the swag. I'm not wearing the hat because, funny enough, my mom actually asked me why on the last live with Roger, I was taking my hat off, adjusting my hair, taking my hat off, adjusting my hair. So I decided not to wear the hat tonight for that reason. But gotta love the swag. All right, so far in the S&P 1014 Red Passion, this is a really good cigar. Construction is fantastic. I only got one bitter flavor on it. Might have been smoking it a little too fast. I'm not sure, but I'm enjoying it. It's a really good cigar. Oh yeah, Wolfpack Cigar, absolutely, man. Oh yeah, I am so sorry. Another thing we have planned. I know Wolfpack Cigar Club invited me to join one of their lives, but join their podcast, absolutely. Let's work it out in 2024, man. I'd be happy to. Really excited about that. Anything to support the pack, but also just looking forward to the conversation and the friendship, man. So yeah, sorry about that. Completely forgot about that. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. So like I said, hopefully, hopefully YouTube doesn't take this down. I think I mentioned the price of our website, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, oh well, I just have to do this again. Kidding. Awesome. Looking forward to the big things for the Wolfpack Cigar Club. That concept, man. You guys marketed it right, and you guys are doing it right, showing support. It's become a good community. I think a lot of people in this on YouTube are actually part of the Wolfpack Cigar Club. So hats off to you guys. Happy to be a part. I'll keep tagging you guys and things. That's how you grow it, right? So on the retrohale, it's a sharper retrohale now, but as you guys can see, the construction is still really good. Much love as well, man. Much love. That's one of the things I love about the cigar community. I know Roger and I talked about it. I talk about it, in most of my messages to my cigar friends. It's about community. It's about friendship. It's about sharing experiences. Not a lot of negativity. I think the most negativity that I've gotten in the cigar community is over the Cohiba Riviera. That is the most crap that I've gotten so far. And if that's the most crap I've gotten, then I'm doing something right, and everything's okay. But I think it speaks to the cigar community. We're all entitled to our opinions, especially when it comes to cigars. Something where flavor and profile, retrohale, palate, it's all subjected to the individual. A cigar you love, I may hate, and vice versa. And that's just how it goes. So I'm going to stay on for another couple of minutes till 8:30 and end it. But I'm just going to continue smoking this down here. Trying to think I've got any other goodies. No, I mentioned that Hugo sent me a handwritten letter, sent me a mail bomb, sent me a acid Cuba, which I love. Hey, Bree, happy birthday, mi amor. My wife just joined on Instagram. Bree, full disclosure, the first thing I was going to say was happy birthday, and I got into it, and I completely forgot, and then I mentioned it at the end. I gave you 2 shout-outs for your birthday. I love you. Happy birthday, mi amor. So has anyone else had anyone else that's still in the chat? Anyone, what turned you on about Cohiba? What turned me on about the Cohiba? Okay, so something that I didn't get, Roger and I, we kind of had a game plan, and then the conversation, got personal. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was actually my first cigar ever. My first cigar ever was a Cohiba. And I needed it. So the first cigar I ever had was actually as a result of an event at the Coast Guard Academy. So at our senior year at the academy, before we graduate and commission as officers, there's an event called Dining In, where basically all the officers at the academy welcome the senior cadets into the officer corps. So it's a huge feast. It's a huge dinner. And hello, family. It's a huge feast. It's a huge dinner. At the end of the night, though, you get to smoke cigars with the officers and admirals, which is really cool. As a senior, as a 21, 22-year-old senior, you get to have a cigar with an admiral. So I remember I had to go to the cigar shop. I knew nothing about cigars. I did not smoke cigars up until this point, and I just knew Cohiba, name brand recognition. It's got the Cohiba, and I remember when I had that cigar, I was standing next to, I think, either a 1-star or 2-star admiral, and I was like, oh wow, I really like this cigar. I really enjoy smoking cigars, and I haven't had a Cohiba since. That was the only Cohiba I'd had, and like I said, it had to be something with the band, or I had a great trip one time to the Mexican Riviera. I've traveled to the Mexican Riviera, and so I think it had to be something subliminal where Riviera to me equaled good. And so that's why I wanted to try the Cohiba. So that's how the Cohiba got on the list. So I'm starting to get the woody and earthy flavor on it, which kind of tells me the flavors are dying out. It was really good flavor, though, throughout the first and second third. Now it's kind of changing a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the Instagram live is dying down. So I think I'm going to sign off on Instagram. Thank you, everyone, for joining. John from Crazy Random Cigars out. Thanks for joining my top 10 list of 2023. All right. Then on YouTube, to my YouTube friends, thank you so much for joining. I think I'm going to call it a night here. Overall impression of the cigar, it's a really good cigar. I'm glad I have a few of them. I'll probably have it. Does it crack my top 10? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll have another one and see how that one goes. But this is a solid smoke. So nothing negative to say. So with that, John from Crazy Gringo Cigars signing off for 2023. Thank you to everyone for joining. Once again, congratulations to, not that this matters, congratulations to the 2023 Crazy Gringo Cigar of the Year, the EP Carrillo Allegiance. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great night. Happy holidays. Have a happy new year. Thanks, guys.